A group of young friends are hanging out at a party at someone's house. Some of the girls are talking about keeping track of the calories in their food. One girl shows them an app on her phone for that, but while searching for it, another friend finds a different app called Countdown. The app claims it can predict exactly when you will die. Everyone, except for Courtney, thinks it's a cool idea to turn it into a drinking game. They decide that the person with the least time to live, according to the app, has to drink everything on the table. Courtney reluctantly joins in and accepts the terms. Each person has a lifespan between 60 to 30 years, but Courtney is shocked to find out she has only 3 hours left. The friends tease her, but when it's time for her to drink, her boyfriend Evan steps in and drinks on her behalf. Later, as they leave the party, Evan is visibly drunk. Courtney asks him not to drive, but he insists. She decides to walk home, and Evan drives away angrily. Courtney receives a message from the app, saying she broke the user agreement. As she walks, she feels like someone is following her. The app notifies her that she has less than 2 minutes to live. Panicking, she runs home, powers off the app, and tries to calm down in the bathroom. However, she becomes paranoid, checks the shower curtain, and hears strange noises. As she goes to get water, something grabs her from above, dropping her in the shower and causing her death when the countdown reaches 0. Meanwhile, Evan gets into a car accident, and the passenger seat where Courtney should have been is wrecked. The scene shifts to Quinn, a nurse, who is in a hospital. She discovers a patient, Evan, on a balcony. Evan shows her the Countdown app, revealing he has around 19 hours left. He believes the app predicted Courtney's death and foresees his own during surgery. Quinn tries to reassure him, and they return to his room. On the way, they meet Amy, who invites Quinn to celebrate passing her nurse test. The hospital staff surprises Quinn with a cake, and they joke about the app. Scott and Dr. Sullivan also have long lifespans according to the app. Suddenly, a man rushes in with a woman who overdosed, and the medical team springs into action. Amy instructs Quinn to bring a kit to counteract the drugs. Amy gives the woman the medicine, and she wakes up. Later, Quinn finishes work and sees an ad for an app. She decides to download it and agrees to its terms. The app tells her she has a little over 2 days to live. Suddenly, Dr. Sullivan enters the elevator and flirts with her, but she tries to let him down gently. That night, Quinn is at home finishing her nursing documents when she runs into a problem. She calls Scott for help, and he tells her to enter information from her birth certificate. Quinn doesn't have it with her, but she knows where to find it at her parents' house. At her parents' house, Quinn searches through her mom's papers and finds her birth certificate. While there, she discovers her sister Jordan in the closet with her boyfriend, leading to a scolding. Jordan is upset with Quinn for parenting her and not visiting more after their mom died. Quinn apologizes and shares about finishing her studies. Later, her father wakes up, happy to see Quinn, and invites her to visit her mom's grave. The next day, Evan prepares for surgery and sees he has around 3 minutes to live according to the app. In a dark stairwell, he hears footsteps and sees a mysterious figure. As the countdown reaches 0, Evan falls down the stairs. Quinn comes to work and learns about Evan from Amy. She remembers the app and seems disturbed. When Quinn sees her colleague packing up Evan's belongings, she decides to take over. Quinn tries to open Evan's phone to check the app, but his thumbprint doesn't work. She uses his face to unlock the phone, discovering the countdown has reached 0. Evan's hand falls and touches her, but when she looks again, he's back in the freezer. Checking her own phone, Quinn sees she has less than 2 days to live, coinciding with a plan to visit her mother's grave. She cancels the plan with her father and sister. Attempting to delete the app, Quinn can't, so she searches online and finds information about Courtney. Watching a video, a girl rants about the app, claiming to see things like her dead cousin. The video suddenly ends with the girl screaming. The messages below the video claim it's not real, so Quinn starts feeling a bit better and closes her laptop. Suddenly, she spots a creepy image of Evan on her phone, which startles her. Trying to escape the strange notification, she accidentally breaks her phone, but the countdown persists. Quinn decides to take a nap in her car. In the morning, Jordan wakes her up, and together, they return to Quinn's apartment. Jordan discovers Quinn's smashed phone, sees the mysterious app, and warns Quinn that she only has 1 day left to live. Despite the serious news, they share a few jokes. When Quinn refuses Jordan's offer to stay the night, Jordan leaves angrily. As Quinn checks the app in her car, she scratches her finger on the broken screen. Later, Quinn buys a new phone. Anxious to see if the app is still there, she opens it before the cashier can process her payment. To her dismay, the app reappears. Concerned, she asks the cashier about the app, and he attempts to delete it without success. Quinn leaves, and another customer inquires about the mysterious app. Back in her car, Quinn sees the countdown continue and suddenly spots a ghostly figure in her back camera. The figure grabs her from the back seat, causing a car accident. A man from the other car scolds her until the customer from the store reveals he also has the app. Later, they discuss the situation in a bar. Quinn suggests reading the app's user agreement again. They convince a skeptical guy in the bar to download it, and Quinn reads the ominous terms and conditions, stating they must accept their fate. Concerned, Quinn and Matt visit a priest at the hospital who redirects them to someone else. Meanwhile, in a restroom, Matt encounters a strange, barefoot child. Amy takes Quinn to a meeting with HR and Dr. Sullivan, where Quinn defends herself. Disappointed, Quinn storms out. Matt, haunted by a mysterious voice, waits for her. Desperate for answers, they seek a priest who shares an ancient story about a prince altering his fate and suffering the consequences. Determined to break the curse, they approach Derek, the store guy, who mocks their belief but agrees to help them. Derek hacks the app, discovering Latin code and countdowns for all users. He changes Quinn's and Matt's countdowns and saves Jordan from her original countdown. Quinn and Matt express gratitude to Derek, but as Quinn invites Matt to stay with her, they face a chilling encounter in bed. The lights go out, and a demonic figure appears. When the real Matt reveals himself, the demon vanishes. The app resets to its original countdown, reminding Quinn of her sister's impending fate. Meanwhile, Jordan hears her ringing phone in a mysterious room and investigates. Jordan notices that her countdown has changed when something strange appears in front of her room. Curious, Jordan decides to investigate, but as she does, the lights suddenly go out. Startled, she rushes back into her room and closes the door. However, when she turns around, the door is mysteriously open again. Feeling scared, Jordan hides under her bed and hears her mom calling out for her sister. Suddenly, something pushes her bed aside, and to her shock, her deceased mother appears. Frightened, Jordan runs to the front door, where Quinn and Matt are waiting. They decide to seek help from the demon priest once more. The priest reads a code in Latin for them. It's a curse, and he believes that breaking it requires keeping one of them alive longer than the app predicts. The priest suggests hiding in a blessed circle of salt to wait out the countdown and lift the curse. Quinn ingeniously mixes the salt with paint and, with the priest's blessing, they create a circle on the floor. As they work on the circle, they notice Matt's countdown timer. Panicking, Matt steps aside, but Quinn kisses him, and they all get inside the circle. The lights go out, and as the demon approaches, the priest starts praying. The demon appears but can't breach the circle. However, the app blares and a toy robot reaches the circle, visible only to Matt. His brother appears and lures him out of the circle. The demon seizes Matt and drags him away. Quinn runs after him, but tragically, a car hits Matt, and he dies with the countdown. Jordan, injured from the encounter, is taken to the hospital by Quinn. While a doctor tends to her sister, another colleague hints to Quinn that she knows about the incident with Dr. Sullivan and offers support. Quinn, torn between emotions, sees the doctor talking to her sister and approaches them. She expresses gratitude but harbors a mysterious plan for the doctor. Jordan confesses that their mother's death wasn't Quinn's fault, but Quinn reassures her. The two reconcile, and as they contemplate the potential end, Quinn reveals she has a plan. She enters Dr. Sullivan's office, apologizes, and attempts to manipulate him. However, the doctor sees through her and asks what she truly wants. She really wants her job back and tells him to follow her into the closed wing. Soon after, the doctor walks in, searching for her in the closed wing and finding bits of her clothes on the ground. Quinn is playing a game with him. Out of nowhere, she hits him with a wrench and tries to give him morphine when Jordan steps in and stops her. The demon drags the doctor away. Quinn thinks that if she ends him before his countdown, it will break the curse, so she goes searching for him. Jordan looks for her as her app tells her she has less than 2 minutes left. Suddenly, the demon appears behind her. Meanwhile, Quinn is still looking for the doctor when she hears something. He knocks her out and gets ready to harm her, but she comes after him again. She chases him down, but the demon pushes her away, and he escapes. Quinn gets another idea. At the same time, Jordan is being chased by the demon. She tries to hide from it, but her app gives her position away. A freezer opens, and she checks it out when the demon grabs her and throws her through a window. Her time is running out as the demon closes in to harm her when suddenly Quinn shows up with a syringe against her skin, telling it to let her sister go. Jordan begs her not to hurt herself, and the demon turns into her mother, distracting her. Jordan's time is ticking, and Quinn is distracted for a moment, but she realizes what's happening and shoots the morphine into her veins. She dies before her time, and the demon can't take her. Quinn has lifted the demon's curse. Jordan cries over her sister's lifeless body when she sees the name of a drug written on her arm and a bottle rolling away. She injects it into Quinn's arm, and it counteracts the morphine, bringing her back to life. Sometime later, Quinn, Jordan, and their father visit their mom's gravesite. As they're about to leave, Quinn gets a notification. The beta version of the Countdown app has been installed on her phone. In an after-credits scene, Derek is seen on a date with a woman in a restaurant. His date is disappointed and goes to the restroom before they leave. Derek gets a notification from the app, counting his minutes down. The lights go out, and a creepy sound can be heard, along with Derek's screams.